Welcome back to another Ret Paladin video. Verabin here. Today we are going to be looking at the top 5 best Ret Paladin items that are available in Phase 1 of the Burning Crusade Classic. Now, Phase 1 does not have all of the same content available that was available at the launch of TBC back in the day. So this is only going to include the Tier 4 bosses that are going to be available. That includes Magtheridon's Lair, Gruul's Lair, and of course Karzon. So those items are going to be available, and you may be surprised by some of the items that are just the best ones that aren't even available in raid. Some of the pre-raid items are incredible. So stick around, let's take a look. As a reminder, these items are not necessarily in any order, so it's 5 items, but number 1 isn't necessarily better than number 5. So, number 1 on the list is Bloodless Brooch. This is a trinket that is available from Badges of Justice. It costs 41 Badges of Justice, and we just learned from Blizzard that you actually are going to be able to do the daily quest to do 1 heroic, and that's going to give you a couple Badges of Justice on top of the ones that you're going to get from heroics. So you'll be able to get a fair amount of badges, and luckily a lot of the gear in there isn't all that great for us, but this trinket is one of the best trinkets. It's going to last you an extremely long time. It's going to be a great investment for your first Badges of Justice. Highly recommend this trinket. The other thing is that you won't be getting any crazy trinkets in the raids, much less in any other content. So this is kind of going to be your best trinket option at the beginning of Phase 1. Number 2 on the list is Bladespire wrist scars. These are bracers that are dropping in Gruul's Lair, and there's not a whole lot of bracer options in Tier 4, unfortunately, and one of the greatest things about these is that not only do they have 2 sockets, so you're going to be able to pump up some strength in there, but on top of that, these actually don't have hit. And while hit is going to sim for you extremely well, a lot of the other Abyss items that you're going to find already have hit on them, so you're going to find yourself hitting the hit cap very easily. So that is one of the things to keep in mind. And additionally, the 2-hand hit cap for Ret isn't all that great, so having items with tons and tons of hit isn't necessarily the best thing to do. So having these bracers that have no hit is actually really, really good for us. So keep an eye out for these. The other cool thing about these is that because Arms and Fury Warriors aren't going to be all that common in TBC, at least relative to Classic, you're not going to have a whole lot of competition for these particular items. Item 3 on our list is the Justicar shoulder plates. These are your Tier 4 shoulders, and I realized in the last item I said no hit is great, but hit is really great as well, and this is actually the only piece of Tier 4 that has hit on it. And the cool thing about Ret actually in the tiers is that the tiers actually isn't all that great for us besides the shoulders, which means hopefully you won't have a whole lot of competition for these shoulders. But these are going to drop from Gruul's Lair as well, which gives them a little bit of a higher item level, and that's one of the reasons why this and the item before are on this list, is because they are some of the higher item level items that you can get. But these are extremely well itemized. They're going to give you that agility, that's going to give you a little bit of crit, they're going to give you the strength that we love, 2 sockets as well. Amazing item in these shoulders. The craziest thing about these shoulders is that they are actually better than your Tier 5 shoulders. So you're not going to be holding out and replacing these anytime soon. There's not actually a whole lot of shoulders that are available for us that are well itemized. So these are actually going to be ones that are going to last you a really, really long time. Number 4 on our list is the Lionheart Champion. That is the crafted blacksmithing sword that is going to be available in Phase 1. Note that only the 2nd level of the crafted blacksmithing items are available in Phase 1. That's because the nether vortexes that you need to craft the final version are only dropping in Tier 5. So you actually can't craft the final version, but the 2nd level of it is still extremely strong. It's very well itemized. It doesn't have any wasted itemization in stamina or anything like that. It does have a really strong strength proc. If you are going to be doing PvP, you may want to opt for the mace instead. That is the Thunder and then Deep Thunder. So if you're interested in PvP, that stun proc is probably going to be better for you, but the Lionheart Champion is going to be extremely strong, and it's actually not super difficult to craft. Probably the most difficult part of getting that in Phase 1 is going to be getting the Primal Nethers that are definitely RNG drops from Heroics. So you definitely have to be running Heroics, which you'll probably want to be running anyway for different pieces of gear, but it is going to be an amazing item for you to get, and it also sets you up for an amazing best in slot item in Phase 2 as well. So definitely get started on this weapon. And number 5 on our list, last but not least, is the Cleft Hoof leggings. Now, the Cleft of Hide leggings are extremely well itemized. They have 30 strength, 30 agility. They actually have 17 hit, and amazingly, they have 18 expertise. Now, expertise is not a stat that you're going to get on very many items. It's a very rare stat to get, and it's going to reduce the chance that we're dodged or parried. So that is not something that you're going to be able to get otherwise. So that is definitely a cap that you're going to want to push for. And if you look at legs in general, there's only a couple legs in the entire expansion that are going to have expertise on them. Extremely strong for a very long time. They do have hit on them, so you'll have to kind of balance your gear around that because you're going to want to get the expertise, but just make sure you don't get hit capped otherwise. That is it for the list, guys. Let me know in the comments below which items I missed, and please be sure to hodge that like button and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.